Welcome back to the channel. Been here all week in the danger room, the X-Men's danger room, working on Cyclops and all of the milestones for both him and Spider-Man. Made a lot of progress. I'll be able, once the milestones kick over tonight, so I can spend some more gold towards Symbiote Spider-Man, be able to move him to 5-star. I've decided to also run him up into my arena defense team eventually. It takes a lot of gold, a lot of time, a lot of materials to get there. But I've also made a lot of progress toward the mid-uniques. I'm very excited I'll be able to clear them. Very happy that after our update yesterday, we got a couple extra orbs that saves a lot of blitzing. I've actually kind of grown fond of the blitz climbs every cycle, but I will be fond of doing a few less cycles to complete. This is also the busiest week in Marvel's Strike Force news that I can remember since the launch of the game. I've already provided a few updates, but let's just a quick recap. We have Red Star promotion event coming in April featuring Wakandans. That's including a rework of Red Stars, and this flash event that'll be on our normal cycle. We'll be able to provide that, so it was a good reason to work on Wakandans finally. We had the Heroes campaign launch. Villains is coming soon, and Heroes were able to farm Black Widow and Colossus, two characters we've been wanting to farm for a very long time. I'm very excited about Colossus, and I'm working him very hard. Villains is coming next month. I think that's going to include Hela there to farm, and you'll see it as another news point later. Hoping also includes Minerva. We'll see. I don't know for sure. And then Nexus will come sometime after that, hopefully rounding things out. I think we'll see a Supernatural team member in the Nexus, hopefully Ghost Rider. And finally, Dark Dimension 3 launched just this last week. It was already beaten and provided another congratulations video on that. There's a lot of work to do to plan for that event. I have barely started, and thus I'm pretty shocked that it's already been completed, but it's pretty amazing, and it is a great addition to the game. It's just the start of the story. There's been so much more news than that. We know that Toad's Leap Year event, I feel like that's like Toad's Wild Ride. Toad, leap! The Leap Year event starting on the 28th of February for his character shards, as they have done more to update the Brotherhood team. I honestly don't need a lot of updates to the Brotherhood team until the Marauders are farmable, because I'm not going to break them up until then. But I do like that Magneto's passive was upgraded, so the Brotherhood team that I have now is better, which is better than Power Armor, and I'm not going to talk about that right now because I'm just a little irritated that they moved they moved War Machine's speed to be faster than Vision's cleanse before Ironheart's even in the game as a replacement, and certainly not even farmable. So that's as much as I will say about that. We also know that there's an Ant-Man and Wasp flash event coming on Leap Day. Maybe it'll last 3 days. Don't recommend you work on those any more than you already have, but there are some decent rewards if you've already worked on those and started them up. Very exciting is there was a lot of punny activity between Cerebro and others in Reddit yesterday about farming Asgardians, possibly next month. I hope that means more than orbs. Orbs are not farming. Farming is farming. Orbs are orbs. And the final one, which is still racking my brain a bit, is the Red Skull Datamine, but is a bit invalidated by farming Asgardians for Black Bolt, because Black Bolt is the direct counter to the Red Skull kit that we'll talk about in just a bit, and you are much better off working on the counter than working on the team, unless you're a whale and can do it all. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room though. So the latest paywall for War that's coming is the announced Red Skull and Hydra kits and launch on War Defense. And it's all about the passive over here. As long as there are 4 Hydra minions along with Red Skull, you can't hurt him. And he gets to resurrect 8 different times before you can even hurt him. So if you got 4 Hydra minions on there along with 1 Red Skull, you have to kill, of those 4 minions, 8 characters worth. You can kill the same one 8 times and you can finally hurt Red Skull, or you can kill all 4 of them twice with AoEs. That's a pretty big mess. Like, really the only way to deal with that is with Black Bolt, And instead of running this whole team and buying Red Skull and running him too with biomass that you need for symbiotes or you need for Black Bolt himself, or later in the year to expect Eternals, or if you're working Fantastic Four like I am still, like instead of doing all that, just work on the counter for Black Bolt. Farm Asgardians when they become available in March. Checking in on the Red Star event and my Wakandan status in preparation for this, I was able to make a lot of progress in a really short amount of time with skill characters and mystic characters on the Wakandan team. They're pretty much set now. We'll see if we can do more than 3 tickets worth, which would be 1 through 3 star of this team. Again, I have a separate video available in the tag here to talk about it. You'll have to work on both unlocking Shuri, which is the challenge, and then having the rest at 3 star to be able to make as much progress on the first run. Then on the second run, in the past, we've been able to get from tiers 4 to 6 because you get 3 more tickets. And on the third one, which is quite a ways away if we stay on the typical cycle, we'll be able to go to that full 7th star. I'm already really close to being ready for the 7th star. I have all the stars and the gear is pretty close, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. Hopefully everyone else can have plenty of time to work on this, especially on Shuri and the Spider-Verse characters required to unlock Shuri if you don't have her unlocked already between now and then. Okay, all that said, boiling things down, the activities amongst that huge list of our busiest week in Marvel Strike Force ever that I would focus on, and I am focusing on now through the near future, are keep focused on the Cyclops event until it finishes up on Sunday evening. Work on Symbiote Spider-Man. He's a great character and may be useful in Dark Dimension 3 and many other game modes too. Past that, get your Wakandan team ready for April, the Red Star promotion event, and if Asgardians become available to farm, to work on Black Bolt, make that number 3. It's critical, much more important to work on the counter to Hydra than to actually work on Hydra. That's it for the day. Hope you have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.